Hello, and welcome to a brief overview of Triangle's Risk Prevention and Insurance Program. I'm Tom Pennington, and it's my honor to serve as Triangle's Executive Director. Triangle is one of the 8 fraternities that are owners in the James R. Favor Insurance Company. Favor & Company has provided our property and liability program coverages for over 20 years. Working with Lloyd's of London, they've been able to provide consistent and affordable coverage for Triangle, even while other fraternities are having difficulty finding coverage. A reason for our success is the responsibility chapters take in creating safe and healthy environments and the ongoing education Triangle provides its members and volunteers. You can help by ensuring your chapter is aware of our policies and resources and by contacting us if you have any questions. Triangle has a comprehensive insurance program to protect Triangle, its chapters, and volunteers for the most common campus situations. This coverage includes the following. General liability covers active and alumni chapters and housing corporations. This kind of coverage is now required by many of our host campuses as a condition of university recognition. It is protection against claims for negligence where accident or injury has occurred. This is not health coverage for injury. Students should have their own health coverage. Excess liability is in place for catastrophic claims. It protects the national organization and its boards over and above the limits of the general liability policy. Directors and officers coverage is common for all incorporated businesses, profit and nonprofit. It protects leaders at the national and local level against claims charging them with negligence. Alumni volunteers have primary coverage on this policy where students have secondary coverage. In secondary coverage, students would receive coverage after any primary coverage, such as parents' homeowners coverage, is exhausted. This is similar to rental cars, where personal insurance of the driver applies before any rental car insurance coverage would kick in. The crime policy covers fraud, theft, or financial mismanagement by an officer of the organization. Unfortunately, there are times in the fraternity community when members have mismanaged or misappropriated funds. This coverage may help offset the damage to the organization. Our national property program covers all Triangle chapter houses. Chapters and rental properties can participate to insure chapter property, such as furniture, electronics, or ritual gear. This policy does not cover the personal property of members. They should be insured under their parents' homeowners policies, and any Triangle housing contract should be clear on that topic. To be clear, no insurance will protect those in willful violation of the law. These coverages apply to those participating in the success of Triangle. Any member violating the law or Triangle risk management policies may be excluded from coverage. For more information on Triangle health and safety programs, policies, and resources, visit triangle.org/THSI. Each April, chapters receive an estimate of the anticipated risk management fee bill they will receive in August. Risk management fees are based on a 3-year average of chapter membership and can be adjusted up or down by several variables, such as whether the chapter house prohibits alcohol, the condition of the house, or whether the chapter has had any claims or incidents in the previous year. In August, risk management fee bills are sent out with a payment deadline of September 15. Chapters that do not meet the payment deadline may be dropped from coverage. There's a $500 fee to be reinstated when the risk management fees are paid. So it's very important that alumni work with the chapter in the spring to plan for the payment of fees by the deadline. Loss of coverage at some campuses may also result in loss of campus recognition. Along those lines, many of our campuses now require a copy of the certificate of insurance for their files to confirm the chapter has required liability coverage. We can provide certificates directly to the campus if required. A few campuses now require that they be listed as additional insureds. We can do that, but there will be an additional $250 cost since we are effectively expanding our insurance coverage to include the university. Contact us at hq@triangle.org to make any requests for certificates. We'll work with you to get what you need for your recognition and your particular campus. It's a rare occasion in Triangle, but there have been incidents that required police or emergency response. In the case of any crisis, there are steps you can take to help support health and safety, but also prevent campus rumors from driving the narrative. First and foremost, provide response to anyone injured. Call 911 or other emergency numbers to get help for those in need. Cooperate fully with police or EMTs. Restrict access to the house or area involved in the incident. This will help authorities do a proper investigation. Call the fraternity executive director and volunteer alumni leadership. This will initiate contacts with the insurance claims contact and start their work. Contact the chapter members to let them know there is an emergency. Give brief facts, but be clear that the active president is the single point of contact for all information. No member should discuss the event or their opinions with anyone outside the chapter, particularly on social media or other public channels. They also must refrain from any response to what they may see on social media or local news. As part of our insurance coverage, we are provided with access to a national public relations firm. They are the experts on how to handle crisis situations and will be brought into the discussion soon after we are notified of any incident. The active president should work directly with any legal authorities and university officials as the incident is investigated. In the case of traumatic injury or death, work with the university to provide counseling or mental health services to your membership. They are the professionals in this area. A critical factor in any chapter's long-term success is the presence of alumni volunteers. While active officers can be very capable, it only takes one election to put the chapter into challenging times. Alumni volunteers can provide stable and consistent support to keep chapters on track and can advise and coach active leaders to be more successful. Every active chapter should have an alumni chapter to support it and a coaching team of trained alumni. The alumni chapter is responsible to engage and communicate with alumni and work with the chapter on events like Founders Day and Homecoming. In addition, we recommend a separate group of volunteer coaches to advise and support active chapter leadership. These coaches are usually alumni of the chapter, but also can be alumni of other chapters or even non-members. Some chapters include faculty or a parent who can bring valuable skills or ideas to the group. Ideally, there's a one-to-one working relationship between each coach and a specific active officer, but a minimum of 3 coaches is expected. Triangle can provide online and in-person training for this team once assembled. Where there is chapter housing owned by Triangle, we recommend a standalone housing corporation to hold and manage the property. Housing is the single largest asset of Triangle with a value of over $30 million. A separate corporation with volunteers whose skills include banking, finance, law, construction, architecture, or property management becomes the landlord, and their focus is solely the rental, management, and maintenance of the property. These 3 entities form the Triangle Tri-Board principle and ensure that alumni can participate in their area of interest while providing the Chapter 3 specialized entities to support chapter success. Even chapters without housing may find a group focused on locating and raising funds for potential housing to be of value. The Tri-Board model allows more alumni to be involved and to be involved in an area of most interest to them. The Risk Prevention and Insurance Program exists to protect our chapters, officer, and volunteers in cases of accident, injury, or loss. The best way to insure against problems is a dedicated group of informed alumni, volunteers, and consistent advice and coaching for our active leaders. If you need assistance identifying, recruiting, or training volunteers for your team, contact one of these headquarters staff experts. Every chapter should have at least 3 trained alumni to support it and HQ is here to support them all. Additional information on our risk management programs and related resources, including our incident response policy, can be found at triangle.org/THSI or contact us at hq@triangle.org. Thank you and good luck.